In this video, I'm going to share why most people are poor, why they have not been able to take themselves to the next level in order to get them to the financial freedom they've always dreamed of. Before we get going, if you like this video or any of my videos, smash the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. So let's get to it. Okay, why most people are poor? I know it's one of the touchy subject. People don't like to talk about this, and because they feel like they are offending other people, but I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of what I think people are not rich, why lots of people are poor, and why they have not been able to achieve what they set themselves to achieve. It's nothing personal here. I'm sharing things based on my own personal experience, because all these things I'm sharing with you is based on my real life experience and some of the things that I faced myself or someone very close to me has faced. So let's get to this and let's share why most people are poor so that you can eradicate any of these if you've got them. Number one, most people are poor because they say to themselves, oh, I want to be financially free, I want to be financially successful, and I want to be X, Y, and Z. You know, it's literally they have a wish list of what they want to be. But when you look at them in fine details, they spend their time in doing something completely different to the goal they've set themselves. So what do I mean by that? Suppose you want to invest in properties, right? And you know you want to do it. Instead of focusing on doing that, you don't really, what you're actually doing is not taking action to allow that to happen. What you do instead is spending your time on Netflix, watching any episodes or series or movies that are out there, or maybe spending time on Amazon Prime, right? Watching things that are not adding value to you, maybe watching football games, going to pub, watching so many stuff, as well as trolling people on social media like Facebook, Instagram, instead of focusing on what you set yourself to achieve, your financial freedom. Right? You remember you said you wanted to be financially free, but if you're not doing actions to take you here, you would always stay here. Right? So that's one of the reasons why people are poor. I want to be this, I want to be this, I want to be that, I wish to be this, I wish to be, but they never take action to take them there. Right? They just literally want that to happen. I don't know how, but maybe through magic. It wouldn't work like that. Right? If you want to be financially stable or financially free, right, you need to take action. Instead of watching Netflix, Amazon, football games, trolling people, stalking people on Instagram, spend that quality time in you, in investing in you in order to be able to achieve that goal you've set yourself. Now, this is important, okay? If you say you want to achieve financial freedom, what does financial freedom look like to you? Because you have to have that vision as well, right? If you say want to be financial freedom, you mean you want to be earning, say, 10,000-15,000 pounds a month passively, or do you want to have a dream home? Do you want to buy a Ferrari car? Whatever your financial vision looks like, or your vision board looks like, right? That's what you need to set out first, right? And then draw a roadmap to take you to that place. Okay, this could be by having the goals, setting the goals, literally quantify the goals. Don't say just want to be this, I want to hand this. You have to put numbers against these goals. And what you could also do is to set targets, okay? Put the deadlines of when you need to achieve things like that. Instead of spending time on Netflix, Amazon Prime, football, trolling people in social media, you could do that basically to take you to where you want to go. The second reason why most people are poor is basically, this is going to blow your mind away. Lack of education, okay? Lack of education. I'm not talking about traditional education here, right? I'm talking about education that will take you from where you are to where you want to go. Because we all know traditional education is almost dead, okay? The things they're teaching us at our universities are redundant information, okay? I went and did finance and accounting. I work as an accountant. I did not use half of what I've learned, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. All I used, I think, it was statistics, okay? Basically, I went to this company taught me everything I needed to do, okay? So traditional education is dead. So when I said lack of education, find someone, right, that would guide you, right, mentor you, take you to where you want to go. That's the education I'm talking about. It's not listening to a lecturer who's teaching you business, who's never had a business, right? Teaching you accounting, he's never had an accountancy firm, or he's never worked in an accountancy firm, right? Teaching you stuff theoretically that they've never done themselves, right? That is the lack of education I'm talking about. The other lack of education I'm talking about is you pretending like you know what you're doing, right? You have this ego. I'm not going to get anyone to mentor me. I'm not going to get anyone to coach me because I know what I'm doing. That's another massive way to get you to be poorer and poorer and poorer. I've never seen a successful person in my entire life that hasn't got a coach, a mentor to help them grow and take them to the next level. We have to have these people, right? Once you've got these people around you, guess what? It will expedite your process, because that's what expedite my investment journey. That's what took me to the next level. That's what enables me to go through my extraordinary power to get me to where I am going. So I've literally spent over 6 figures in my own education apart from university. Right? Because I knew university was not going to get me to where I wanted to go. Because I learned that, thank God I learned that before I was in my 40s, or maybe before even I was in my 30s. I realized it will not get me to where I was wanting to go. So basically I invested in me differently to learn, get someone to mentor me, guide me, protect me, to help me get me to where I'm going to go quicker than if I was to start Googling stuff, okay? The third thing why most people are poor is they rely on their employer. Now, what do I mean by relying on their employers? Basically, they rely on their employers giving them bonuses, rely on their employers to increase their wages, and all that sort of thing. So they kind of rely and feel secure with their employers, meaning they're literally wasting their time. Because you and I know your employer would never ever pay you to get rich. They just pay you to get over broke. They don't want you to be broke. They'll pay you exactly what you could use to tie you in. Right? So they will never ever pay you what you are valued at, okay? That's what no employers do. What they do, they pay you just not to be broke and get you tied up by maybe having a mortgage, by leasing a car. Now you know you have to work for them in order to be able to pay for your expenses. So basically, do not rely on your employers. If you're one of those who rely on your employers, it's about time to crack that and literally start thinking about how you can be self-sustainable and self-reliant. The fourth thing why most people are poor, they rely on the government and politicians. What do I mean by this? People rely on the government and say, okay, if this government come to power, if this party come to power, this would happen, that would happen, life is going to be amazing. It's all BS. I've never seen a politician who came to power who did exactly what they said they were going to do. Right? They will not do it. You know that and I know that, right? There's so many people thinking, oh, if this party come to power, I'm able to do X, Y, Z. If this government is in power, I would have done X, Y, Z. It's all BS. Do not rely on the government. Rely on you and sustainable. Let the government thing happen in parallel to what you're doing. Because if you literally rely on these people, they would always disappoint you. They never delivered. They never deliver what they promise. You know that, because if you're in the world for like over 25 years, you may have seen 1 or 2 parties, and you would have seen whether they've delivered on what they've promised. So do not really rely on any politician or government. Rely on you. Find things that can work without a political party, because that's what you need. That's what would take your financial situation to the next level, and that's what would be a sustainable yet effective investment that will take you to financial prosperity. Okay, so do not rely on them. The fifth thing why most people are poor, this is one of the most important thing, if not the important thing I'm going to share with you in this video, is spending in material things. What do I mean by material things? People would spend in maybe shoes, trainers, clothing, going on expensive holidays, borrow money to gift people, take credit cards to kind of go on holiday or to buy someone's gift. These are the things that people do, or they literally go onto credit card, will borrow money to kind of fit in or to keep up with the Joneses. And they're deep inside themselves, they're literally burning hard because they haven't got the money to spend, but they're just spending and spending and spending and spending. Guess what? That job becomes a rope in your neck, and that rope becomes tighter and tighter, and they cannot escape it. Whenever they want to escape, they've got I've got that to pay, I've got this credit card to pay, I've got this car list to pay, I've got this I've to take in for my wife, my husband, I've got to pay this for my son or daughter, because they've tied in. They've been spending in material things, but when it comes to spending things that add value to them, they'll be like, ooh, this is too expensive, I can't afford this, what's going to go wrong? But they can afford to go and buy nice expensive trainers, they can afford to go and lease one of the most expensive cars, not knowing as soon as they drive past that parking lot, that car is gone. So basically, this is why most people are poor. But if you want to change that, you can change that mindset or concept by literally living below your means. Living below your means, significantly below your means if possible, right? Do not keep up with anybody. Don't compete with anybody. You are you. Don't try to fit in by spending lots of money. I know people do this because I've got people who come to me saying, listen, I want to invest, but I haven't got money to invest. Why? Because I've got a car lease to pay for. I've got a hefty mortgage to pay for. I've got to pay this for that. I have to pay that for that. They've got so many expenses, bad investments that they've got themselves into, and they're not being able to do it. So if you're one of those, try to cut that down, right? Live below your means. If you live below your means, you would always live comfortable life. You know why? Because you'll be able to save, store that money and invest. Okay, a good storer or saver is always a good investor. So look at what you're doing right now. Are you literally living paycheck to paycheck? If you are living over your means. You're spending in material things. So look at yourself and see how you could change that. So I've shared these 5 golden nuggets to you. If any of these nuggets kind of relate to you, or the answer is yes, it's about time to eradicate that so you can take your life to the next level, the level of financial freedom and moral, emotional freedom. If you like this video or any of my videos, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next video.